Evening, good evening. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. And we made it. We made it. We another day, another day's journey, and I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad about it. It's so good to see you tonight. It is so good to see you on this Monday Inspiration, Swanigan Inspiration.
Oh, wow.
And we're just super excited to see you on the line with us and to discuss something, a new topic tonight, and we're glad about this. Yes, this has been one we've been, people have been asking us to share our thoughts and our opinions and our viewpoint on this matter, this topic. And we're just, we feel honored and privileged. And this is that's just one that burns in our heart that we want to help other people through this. It's a very challenging, difficult, painful time. Divorce recovery. Divorce recovery is our topic. And those of you that are maybe have experienced divorce, going through a divorce, or whatever the situation, maybe separation, breakup of some kind in a relationship. This is going to help you. This is going to help build you back up. So we're just glad to see you tonight. It's Monday. It's Monday. It was a cold day here in St. Louis. How was the weather wherever you are? How was the weather? And where you are?
Wow.
We're just glad to be here.
Yes, happy to have you here with us on this Monday. And we are just excited about our topic tonight as we get into our topic tonight, and we are discussing. We have one more light.
Yeah, get that one more light so we won't be orange. Like my blouse here. Oh, that's much better. Thank you, honey. Okay. Thank you. All right, now.
Okay. Change.
So you were saying.
As I was saying, interesting topic that we're talking about tonight.
Yes.
We know today's society, there are a lot of divorces going on. Lots and lots of divorces, maybe 50% or maybe even more. We're not sure, but it's quite a few divorces going. But life can on and you can recover.
Yes, you can.
You can recover. So that's something we're going to be dealing with tonight and talking about tonight, how you can recover.
Yes.
Let's have prayer, and then we're going to recover.
All right. Together.
That's it. Father, we thank you for this time, this opportunity to come before you this evening. Thank you for those that are listening, those that are watching. We thank you for all those, oh God, that are out there. Lord, we pray that you would bless us to say something that would encourage, help, and uplift someone on this evening. Bless us, oh God, as we speak as your people. In Jesus' name, amen, and thank God. Amen.
There was a statement that we had saw that really encouraged us, that we text notes to each other throughout the day and things as we're coming up with ideas, and as we study and prepare to to be with you. And this statement states that despite the pain that you may be facing, the faith that you may be in, that you're living with, that you're facing, God desires to bring healing to help you move forward.
Wow.
Move forward.
Powerful.
Move forward. There's in divorce, it's a trauma. It's a traumatic event. It's very traumatic, and it's categorized in grief. It's up there with grieving, like the loss of a loved one. And actually, a divorce is a death. It's a death of a marriage. So we're wanting to encourage you and to build you up tonight. If you're experiencing a death of a marriage, or going through it, or have been through it of some sort, we're here to encourage you. It says, if you will lean in to him, that's the Jesus. That's what we talk about, to him. He will fully restore what has been damaged in your life, in your heart, in your life, through hurt of the divorce. He's going to here to restore you, to help you to be better, God can He can help you to be better and help you to move forward in that situation. It's not easy. It's not easy. Don't ever, even if you're the one that's applied for the divorce, it's still not easy. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's difficult.
And what a divorce, it does one or two things.
What's that?
It'll make you better or it'll make you bitter.
Wow. Okay.
It can make you bitter, but you don't want to become a bitter, angry person
Yes.
at everybody.
Yes.
Because everybody's not the fault.
That's so true.
Actually, you can put some of the fault with the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because you're part of the problem as well.
Right.
You can never look at a divorce and say, it's just you.
It's just her.
No.
Just him.
She did or he did. No, we did. This is the we thing.
Yes.
This is the we thing. Definitely when everything is going well, we doing good. We doing good. But then when things may start going downhill, he or she, then it ain't no we. It's a he or she did. Yeah. So it's never good to point finger at one who did this and go out and talk about who did what. That's a dangerous state to be in. To go out and go to talking about he did this or she did that. Both of you had a problem. Yeah, you're trying
on social media explaining it.
Oh Lord forbid you get out on social media and put that out there like that. That's never good. That's
good. That's
never
not your
good.
therapy.
It's not healthy. No.
Social media is not your therapy bed. It's better for you to go to a therapist.
Right.
Talk to them. Write a letter. Write yourself a note. Say all the things you were going to say. Type it out to yourself. Email it to yourself, and just walk away, because the damage that you're doing with the words in your mouth, can really be, it can be lasting. It can be lasting, and you don't want that. We want to jump in and try to go systematically, because we don't want to jump ahead. Let's go ahead and start in, babe. Which notes do you want to start with first?
We're going to start here with this.
Okay. How long does it take to get over a divorce? How long does it take to get over a divorce? How long does it take?
And in this, as they said, different stroke for different folks.
Right.
Everybody may take different, for some, shorter for some, or whatever, but it's an ongoing thing, and it's a thing that's very painful.
Right.
You're trying to it's somewhat like cutting off part of your body, cutting off your arm. You've lost a part of you. You've lost a part of you when you get into a divorce. You've lost a part of you, but you can recover.
That's right.
You can recover the pain.
And you lost a part of you if you applied for it, and if you did not apply for it. If the mate applied for it, you still lost a part of yourself. You lost, some people say, I did gone. I'm glad he's gone. But still something down on the inside of you, that was a part of you.
True.
That was a part of you. And you're missing that part. But you could still move forward and go on, and you can grow, and your life can be, it could be wholesome. It could be wholesome and healthy.
Exactly.
All right, let's
read
read
says,
some of
every
this,
person that goes through a divorce wonders how long it will take to get over a divorce. How long am I going to be feeling this way? Often when a relationship ends, you feel as though you have lost something important.
Right.
Not only do you feel you've lost something important, you have lost something important.
That's so true.
You have lost. I don't care how angry you were, how angry nobody was at the other.
Right.
Both of you all have lost something.
That's so true.
Both of you all have had a traumatic loss. As you just said, somebody, I'm glad he gone, she gone. Yeah, you may think like that for a minute.
Right.
But once reality strikes and hits, then you'll see a whole different situation. It's a whole different thing once you face reality.
Yes.
Even if you were the one to ask for the divorce, it could be to let go of the life you built with your partner over the years. Now, I know we've heard of people that divorce after 30, 40 years.
Right.
That's a long time to be together and then to divorce.
That is.
That's a long time. You built a whole life with that person.
friends.
And now all
children.
of a sudden that person is no longer around. You all are no longer around each other. I can't stand him. I can't stand. Yeah, that may be the case. You may feel like that, but somewhere in there, there's still something there for that person.
Right.
And somebody may beg to differ. No, ain't nothing there for. Okay. Sometimes we say, but sometimes if that knock come at the door, you you may get that knock on the door. What you want? What you want? Come on in. And never know how things will work out once you get a divorce. It's not always an easy situation. So anybody out there that's contemplating a divorce, I want to encourage you to stop and think. Stop and think before you go through. Yes, you can recover. Yes, you can, and you will recover. Yes. But it's trauma behind a divorce. It is. It is trauma behind a divorce.
Yes, it is.
You may want the pain to stop. But the bottom line is that everyone has to go through a process of healing and moving on that takes time. Several things impact your emotional recovery from a divorce.
Several things.
It takes time. Once you have said, I'm done with you, it takes time to recover.
Regroup, yes.
It takes time. It's not an overnight thing.
Right.
It's not an overnight thing. It's going to take some time to get over the situation.
Right.
Not saying that you can't recover, but it's going to take some time.
Right. The pain, the overwhelm.
Yes.
It takes time. It takes time to get over that new, and you're embarking upon a new life.
Yes.
You're embarking upon a new life. So it's going to take time to recover, to get past that, to see who you are again. Some of you get lost in the shock of being married. You lose who you are. You're like, wow, I don't even know who I am. I don't even know how to act. Who am I? Where do I go from here? So this is some things that you have to consider. How to start over, how to start fresh, and to go forward.
And there's no definite answer as to how long it takes to get over a divorce. It depends on many factors. On average, therapists say that it takes 1 year for every 5 to 7 years of marriage for you to fully get over a divorce and move on.
Wow.
And some of you may beg to differ with that may have this experience a divorce. You may beg to differ with what they say that it takes get over divorce and move on. However, there are several things that impacts your emotional recovery from a divorce. And these things can make healing happen faster or slower.
Wow.
Depending on how long you were together.
Okay.
Wow. These are things, it depends on how long you were together.
Yes.
Sometimes it depends on whether or not you can just move on from there and just say, hey, I'm done, I'm good, I'm moving on. No, if that's the case, then did you really love that person?
Right.
Maybe if I can just move on, I can just, at the drop of a bucket, I can just move on. Then that's saying something about really wasn't in the marriage for the right reason and you really didn't love that person.
Okay.
But if you really love that person and you really had a real care for that person, then it's not going to be just an overnight get over.
Right.
I can just move on to the next person and keep on moving. I think a lot of times we make that big mistake when we say we divorce someone and we go jump right into something with someone else.
Yes.
I think that's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make when they just jump right into another relationship and think this is going to help heal my wound.
And a lot of people, they call that rebound relationships. When you pick another mate and hey, this person is going to take my mind off of this other person. This person, hey, I'm good now. And that's a rebound. Rebound mate, and I don't want to be a rebound mate. I don't want your mind thinking on your past when you're here with me. And you're here with me now. I want fully your whole body, your soul, and your mind on me. I want that relationship I don't want to think of and then there's signs and ways that you can know when a person has not fully gotten over that individual, the conversation, you keep hearing about a past relationship. Well, my ex did this. My ex, they used to do it this way, or we used to go here, or we for who is we? Oh, me and my husband, me and my ex, or me and my wife. If you're constantly hearing about what they did in the past, what the relationship brought you in the past, then that's a sign that maybe that person was not really fully over that relationship, ready forward. They're just out there. They're in the motions. They're doing life, but they're hurt. One person that you may see that's bitter, or maybe a shell up, a wall up to prevent you from getting in, and the real them from getting out.
Right.
Those are walls. Those are walls that they're trying to protect themselves. And while they're trying to protect themselves, they are basically saying, hey, hey, I don't want you to get to know the real me, and I don't want to get to know the real you. I'm going to keep myself hid. And that's work. Yeah. For you to hide who you are and enjoy who you are giving extra energy, extra time, extra energy that's unnecessary. That's like, you're like giving all this extra work to try to stay hidden, to try to stay, in the cognito of that person. So we pray that you get out of that. Get out of that. We want to see the real you. It's time for the real you. May the real you please stand up. Because the other one, we don't know that person. We don't know that other one that's not working well. Doesn't fit you well.
Yeah, right. It said if you were together for 8 years but only married for 4, you would more than likely need 2 years to recover rather than 1 emotionally. 2 years to recover. Let's say if you were with somebody married to them for 4 years, that means you're gonna need 2 years to get over that person.
Wow.
Now that's 2 years. That's 4 years you was married. Now you think 30 and 40 years.
So that's 6 years out your life.
Wow.
It's been really emptying, or without a person, because the 4 that you were with them now, that those years are just experiences. Those are experiences. It's never wasted experiences. It's not wasted because, the Bible even tells us it was good that I was afflicted, that I may learn your statutes. I need to learn something. Some books, our story, we can point out a 50 or 30 and 90 scriptures, but it's until you live through some things,
right,
you won't know the value or pain or the overwhelm behind divorce, separation, the loss of something. You won't know it until you have lived this thing. Yes.
So that's really, at the end of the day, that's why it's so important to do all you can to stay together.
Wow.
And stay together.
Wow,
and I hope that we're saying this, that this will do to realize, wow, maybe you were contemplating or thinking about divorce. It's never nothing nice. A divorce is nothing nice, and it's nothing easy. So not to be trying to figure out how do I make it after a divorce. The best way to do that is not to get the divorce at first.
Getting divorced, yes.
So if you can avoid getting a divorce, avoid getting into a divorce.
Yes.
And that way you won't have to worry about trying to help yourself and how to do things to get better for you. But if you can avoid that, try and do all you can to avoid going into a divorce.
That's good.
Try and make your life as pleasant and as happy as you can. And stop always thinking somebody else is going to make your life better than what somebody else is. Because sometimes you get out of one thing and you find out, wow.
What's that saying? Out the pot and into the frying pan.
And into the fire.
Yeah. Now you're into the actual fire. No protection at all. There was a pot. There was a frying pan, but no protection at all. We don't want you to do that.
No.
There's a thing that's called take a break.
Yeah.
Get to know who you are. There are some people that say, I just got to have a mate. No, you don't. No, you don't. God can help you. He can help you through that time just to get to know you. Who are you? Who are you? Now that you are no longer, we're so used to seeing you, peanut butter and jelly. We're not used to seeing jelly by itself or peanut butter by himself. We're just used to seeing the two of you all always together. And so now one without the other, you need time to know who you are, to find out who you are. And during that time, like the material we just read, you need time to heal, regroup. You need time to think. You need time to think about things that you've always do. And we're going to give you some suggestions. We got quite a bit of information and ease our story in between some of this. It's going to help you.
And that's a good thing to learn who you are. Even to the fact that we have a sister that her husband passed, and she's just been single for quite some time, and it's been quite some years. And she said, I just want to get to know me. Now I got to know who I am. I don't want to jump in nothing else with nobody else right now. I want to find out who I am, you know, and that's an awesome thing to know. I want to find who am I? Who am I? I knew who I was with my mate, but now that my husband has deceased, I want to know who I am on my own, by myself.
Right.
You know, before I say I want to jump into something with somebody else, just trying to cover or mask the pain that I'm feeling for my loss.
Wow.
So it's important for us to be able to find out who we are before we just jump into something else and just do something out of impulse of emotion.
Right.
So that's to find out, who are you?
Who are you?
Do you know who you are?
Wow.
The state of a relationship, clearly, if you were getting divorced, your relationship was less than perfect. However, the actual state of the majority of your relationship does dictate how long it takes to get over the divorce. If you are really happy in the marriage and are unsure of what's happening, that leads to your divorce. It can be much harder to accept. However, if your relationship was awful and your spouse treated you horrible, you might find that it is easy to get over the divorce and move on with your life.
Yes.
I'm not sure if together, no matter how a person treated you, if you've been used to that person, and sometimes people get used to being treated bad.
They do. Yeah.
I'm used to that. Now you get somebody that's going to treat you nice, you may not even know.
Or trust them. You may not like it or trust them. You may you think that they're fake.
Or, you're fake.
Something, I don't trust you. I don't something about you. You just, I don't trust you. I can't even accept, you just open the door, hold the door, or that you just want to take me to lunch. Take me to lunch for what? I don't know. Maybe you worked with that person. Something you've seen them. You don't feel like, oh, this man made. Because nowadays you better be careful. You really got to be careful.
Be careful.
You got to be careful because it's, so dangerous. People have such evil intent, such evil, wicked ways and thoughts. So you kind of need to kind of get to know a person before you kind of just say, hey, I'm going to go out with you. To me, that's my recommendation, because, it's because we live in such wicked evil. But, that there's that wall again we were talking about, that wall, and we can't even get to know you or get to like you, and then, God forbid you don't even, I don't trust women. I don't do women. I don't talk to women. I don't go to lunch with women, and I sure don't like men and you're just not liking anyone. So clearly you're not liking yourself.
Right.
Clearly there's an issue on the inside with yourself.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Next is the commitment. How committed were you to your relationship?
Okay.
This can also affect how long it takes to get over a divorce. How committed were you to the relationship? If you were really committed, it's not going to be an overnight thing.
No.
Oh, well, I'm over old so and so. I'm over Mr. Potato, Miss Sweet Potato. I'm over them. No, if you're really committed, it's not going to be an overnight get
Right.
Some folks said, get over it. Get over it. If you're your spouse because it seemed like a deal at the time and you could get out of it later, if you wanted to, then you probably weren't that committed and moving on will be easy.
Wow.
If, on the other hand, you fully expected your relationship to last until death do us part, you will have a much harder time grieving and moving on.
That's the first thing you want to say when you got a problem, you're facing a problem. The first thing you want to say, how long do I want this marriage to last? And if your answer is not, I planned on marrying this person for life. There was no plans or thoughts of just 6 years, 7 years, and then ending it. I planned on growing old and with this person. This was my desire and plan. So the more your desire and plan is for the long haul, the more you want to vest into that relationship. So we have vested interest into that relationship. I got time, my best years. I'll never be 20 again, never be 30, 40.
Right.
I'll never be those ages. I'll never be 50 again. I'm moving forward. My life is moving on. And the best of my days really are behind me. So I'm investing in this relationship for the long haul. I'm not investing in. So therefore, if you're investing in for the long haul, it's going to take some work. It's going to take work.
Yeah, right.
Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the work behind the marriage? There's lots of work, lots of gives. Oh my God. Lots of takes, lots of gives and takes that you have to do until finally, find this person. You're like, oh, okay. Wow. I can't change, I can't do whatever those things, you do this too much or you do that too much or you don't do this enough. Then you start changing. You start trying to improve to make that thing happen. And then now if that person's gone and then that this and that you had changed to, now you do I want to go back to my old ways? Or was that really an improvement that I needed? Lots of times people tell you things, mates or tell you things, and people that love you, they'll say things to you. A lot of time it really is an improvement that you need to work on. It's something that you really need to improve upon, and it may not be something that you need to go back to if that relationship ends. Maybe like spending too much. You spend too much money. You're not saving. You're not keeping track of your money. You don't need to go back into that lifestyle if that relationship ends. And we'll be talking about that, or maybe you eat too much, or you eat out too much, you're not giving enough time in the relationship, or, you need to wonder, did I scare him off? Was I not available? Was I not this or that? So, hey, these are things that are being told to you. You really need to think twice about it.
Right. Yeah.
You need to think twice about it. Even when you're changing to the single you, you need to think twice about some of those things and keep that change. If you stopped and improved on it, you need to keep that thing going.
Right.
Keep that thing going. Yeah. Because they told you that for your good. They really did. All right.
But it's up to you to listen.
Yeah. Right.
It's up to you to listen to what they say.
Wow.
And not just to think that they just trying to be in your business.
Yeah.
No, sometimes people are trying to
rule
help
me
you
or control me.
Because sometimes people can see you better than you can see yourself.
That's so true.
Sometimes on the outside, people can see you better than you can see yourself, especially when you already think you're okay.
Wow.
When you already think everything is okay and you got it, you got a bull by the horn and running with it, you feel like you're okay. But sometimes other people can see things with you.
So true.
And it's good to take heed. Take heed. Let me just take another look at what they're saying. Let me just take another look at what they said. Maybe that is why she always mad at me, or he's always mad or upset because I do this, I do that.
Right.
It's something to take a look at.
It really
look
is.
at all aspects before divorce. Look at all that before you talk about a divorce. Look at all aspects. Sit down with each other and talk to each other. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about what we can do. Is there a problem? Let's talk about it.
Sometimes time is the best. It's your friend. If you just gave it a month just to not do nothing, just gave it a few weeks, don't do anything. Don't make any decision. Don't make any decision. Don't make a decision to separate, divorce, signing paperwork, meeting with the attorney. They're doing it. That's how they make their living. Okay.
Right.
So they're not going to try to get you to stay with your husband because they want that. They're not going to get paid until it's over with.
Yeah. Right.
Once it's over, they get paid. So that's how they make their living. So that's not the one to talk to. That's not the one to talk to. One good thing you need to really talk to is some spiritual advisors or counselors, marriage counselors, or other friends that have healthy thinking friends that you really respect and listen to. So these are some choices of people that you can talk to before you jump and talk to an attorney.
All right. And if you're married to say, let's go talk to a marriage counselor or something like that, and you may like, no, that's no good. Somewhere down the road, that person may have already made up their mind that they're done.
Yeah.
But if they really want to be in this marriage, they really want to hold this thing together, they're going to say, okay, well, let's go talk. Let's go talk to a counselor, see if we can get help, because I don't want to lose you and I don't want to lose you. Then you can be able to go and get help. And it's okay to go get help.
That's right.
It's okay to go to a counselor, a marriage counselor, and talk about it. It's okay. Don't let nobody shame you out of want to go and talk to nobody. Don't let nobody shame. And I wouldn't be going, man, that's for crazy folks, man. No. They are there for a reason.
That's right.
They are there. They have a purpose. They have a purpose for being there, so they can help you, to help guide you through maybe some rough time. You just hit one of them bumps in the road. You just made it hit one of them low spots, but you're going to come back up.
Yeah.
You just have to be able to deal with it. Be able to deal with it before you just use the word, we're going to get a divorce. No, don't be so quick to go get a divorce. Because sometimes in a divorce, when people start divorcing, it's just kind of like a pattern.
Yes.
They just kind of, come on, you can be here tonight. You won't be here long.
What's her name?
Elizabeth Taylor. It's Elizabeth Taylor. Come on, you ain't going to be around long. It's okay.
I won't hold you long.
I'm not going to hold you long. Before you know it, she's married somebody else. So you don't want to be that type of a person.
Right.
In and out of marriages, in and out.
Can't put up with nothing.
No, don't want to take nothing.
Right.
My way or the highway. But you're going to continue to be out on the highway.
So true.
Because it can't always be your way.
No marriage is 100%.
No.
I'm not 100 and he's not 100. And together we're not 100. We are working. We are under construction. Even though we've been 42 years of being under construction, there's still work. The progress changes. Why? Because our environment constantly changes. Our lifestyle constantly changes. Our surroundings, our status. When we married, we weren't pastors. He wasn't a pastor when we married. Our lifestyle has totally taken a total different change and a different look since we've been together, all these years. And we've changed. Our desires have changed. Our likes, our dislikes have changed. And we talk to so many couples that one thing keeps them apart or keeps them from getting closer to one another or keeps their relationship healthy. One thing. One word, and that one word is pride. That pride, oh my God, it keeps so many people apart. People are not talking to each other today because of pride. I ain't gonna call them. I ain't gonna be the first one to call. They gonna call me. They did this and that. Yeah, but pride, that one word keeps so many marriages and relationships and friendships.
Yeah,
it brings problems and division. Pride.
And you may say, I'm 99% and she 88% or the opposite. If you're 99%, that 1% is the problem. Yeah, he may not be but 88 or you may not be but that 1%, you're 99. But 99, you still got 1%, and that's the biggest problem. That 99%, the 99 is not the problem. That 1%, that you claiming to be 99, that you all that 1% is your biggest problem. Wow. So if you would be able to say, you may never see that 1% because you feel, because I'm 99%, I'm good. You need to come up because you're not but 88.
That's it.
But then that means you want to start working on you and try to work on somebody else. Right. But you need to keep working on yourself.
That person is grown. You can't raise a grown person.
No way.
You can't raise
a grown person. Never will.
They're already grown.
Grown.
And if they're not willing to listen or talk or to someone else, that's a red flag.
True.
That's why you really need to have that marital counseling.
That'll be good.
And that's why when things get out there in the open subjects, and when you start seeing touchiness and antsiness and not wanting to deal with certain things, that's a red flag there. So, you don't want to jump into a relationship that you see they don't even want to deal with talking about their mom or talking about, who's going to take care of the kids or the blended families and that. So when those red flags come up, you need to address it, stay on it until it's resolved.
That's what you got.
And talked out.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Get some communication going with it. Get communication going.
Got to do that.
Surprise or not, if you saw that there were problems in your marriage and realized that a divorce might be imminent, you probably already start preparing yourself and going through the emotions that come with the divorce.
Wow.
This can be the amount of time it takes to get over the divorce and move on. However, if divorce was a complete surprise, no inkling that anything was amiss, you will have a much harder time accepting the situation and moving forward.
Wow.
Bam, just all of a sudden you come home and there's some divorce paper on the counter and nothing else in the house.
Wow.
Just all of a sudden, hey, you may be thinking everything going okay.
Right.
But then your partner said it wasn't.
Right. You
and
see
all of a
flags.
Sudden,
you see signs.
Yeah.
You know signs.
You know.
You see them.
Things.
You're choosing not to address them or deal with them.
Yeah.
But you're seeing signs.
Yeah. Sometimes you just you don't say something. You see things, but you may not say anything about it. But it's not because but then at the end of the day, when you get there, there ain't nothing on the counter but them papers. That's a whole nother situation.
That's hard.
That's a hard situation. And it may take you longer, it's saying, to get over something like that.
Right.
Versus you all sitting down and talking about it and say, well, I think I want to end and blah, blah, blah. It may take you less time to get over. Not such a short 2 or 3 days, but it may take less time to get over if you are aware of what's going on.
Right.
That's why the communication is still important.
It's important.
It's important.
Yes. Talk it out. Talk it out. Sometimes if you're angry, if it's too much anger there, too much hurt, too much pain that's there, give it time. Talk.
Yeah.
Then talk.
Give it time.
Give that conversation. It's important. It's critical.
Yeah.
Those are critical conversations.
Because you always got to, because this next thing is something that you always, especially if there's children involved.
Yes. Yes.
If there's children involved. If you have children together with your spouse, this can make it more difficult to get over your divorce. Children mean that you have to co-parent with your ex for the good of the children.
That's it.
You will have to talk to them almost daily.
Yeah. You
will have to see them whenever it is time for the children to go to your household, and you will have to see them at school events and extracurricular activities, even if you and your spouse seem to be able to cope with co-parenting with ease. This constant interaction can make it more difficult to get over a divorce.
My goodness. Wow. Wow. Ooh, it's hard when you have little ones, you have children. A lot of people stay together because of children.
Yeah.
And you'll see, that's why that marriage has been 20 years and 30 years, because they stayed together because of the pain of the children, not wanting to take them to this house, that house, getting other people involved and letting them meet other people. It's just very touchy, very, very challenging.
Yes.
And it's very painful. These are painful things that you must endure and deal with. And then now you have that child engaged in the matter as well. And but God can see you through it. God can help you through it. He can help you through it, with tears streaming down your face some days. And maybe even, God is still, he can help you through this. We would like for life to be perfect and us to have the mate and everybody's loving each other and everything's going great. Everything's going wonderful. But it just doesn't happen like that for everyone. No. It does not happen like that for everyone. This is the real world that we're living in.
Right.
And we never want to see someone experience a funeral, death of a marriage.
No.
We don't want you to experience that. We didn't want to experience it. Sometimes what's the saying? The devil will take you further than you ever planned.
Right.
And you'll do more than you ever expected. And the enemy, he can really make that happen. Sometimes other mates are involved. Sometimes other people are not involved. Sometimes it's just you grow apart. Sometimes you, there's just different reasons. I made a mistake. I didn't do my homework before. And, those are things that are just like, Lord, just help me to cope with this and deal with this. Because now I have a divorce here in front of me. And I need your guidance. I need your help. God, he is for marriage, but these things do happen.
It happens.
And we want you to be able to recover and move on and not be bitter, not be hateful, not be a mean, hateful, bitter person, because that's sometimes that root
Yeah.
root of bitterness
Mhm.
grows,
Mhm.
and anger gets inside. We know this one person that just got so angry, just was just mad, just always just carries just a big stick, just angry at
Mhm.
life.
Mhm.
After the divorce, and then the next divorce, and then the next divorce, just angry at life, and just wanting. You can just see that they're wanting to be better, but it's just a challenge now. Those guards are up and been up so long. They're a part of her makeup. They're a part of her life now, and it takes lots of effort to just be sweet, be sweet and kind, and to blend with others.
It can be so difficult. It can really be even more difficult when there are children involved. Our children. Now, I can imagine that a lot of children are in jail and things today because of divorces, because mom and dad broke up, and then the child just didn't know which way to go, didn't know what to do with themselves, so they went out and did the wrong thing.
My goodness.
And it's because mom and dad decided to divorce, and that can really if it traumatizes a man and a woman. What you think it do to a child?
Right.
What you think it's gonna do to a child? You never divorce, and then now they've been used to mom and dad being there. Now they're gonna be with mom one time and dad another time, girlfriend, boyfriend, another, all that
meeting other girlfriends, other boyfriends, other
it's just
whatever.
Not good. It's just not healthy for a child.
That hurts.
If it's not healthy for adults, it's certainly not healthy for children. Yeah. It's just not a healthy thing for children. So whatever you can do to try and hold and keep it glued together, do that.
Yeah.
Go get help. Go talk to other people. Talk to whoever you need to talk to, but keep it together. Do all you can do to try to keep it together and hold on to one another. Amen. The grass ain't always green on the other side.
Always.
It just looks different.
Yeah.
It just looks different, but it's not green on this other side. Mm-hmm. So you need to try and do all you can to hold on to what you got.
Right.
Make it right. And nobody's saying it's always easy, but try to make the best out of it.
Right. Make the best.
Try to make the best out of it. And like they said, some people are just together because of the children.
So true.
I got my children. I don't want to go through that. We and then as soon as the kids, everybody gone, there they go.
Yeah.
It happened.
Yeah.
It happened. Things happen.
It does.
We're not trying to say we're not trying to be in Fantasy Island. No, we're not. We're not on Fantasy Island. Things happen. Things happen. People are getting divorced probably every day.
Yeah, that's so true.
But some could be avoided if they would stop and think.
Yes.
Stop and think before they just react. Just react. Well, I'm done. Just why? I'm
think
just done.
Before you ink.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Before you use this.
Yeah.
Use this
and
before
just
this.
Wait. Let time pass by. Strive to let
think
time.
About it.
I can appreciate a person and say, well, I've been separated for 10 years, and I see them every once in a while, and, we're good like this. I can appreciate that more than somebody 10 minutes later, they jumped and they got a divorce.
Right.
So, sometimes that time, it can heal. Sometimes you may never get back together. Like we said, sometimes people are doing that, staying together as close as possible for the kids, giving them that time to grow up. But a lot of kids, they are devastated, and they go through this pain along with their parents. And, one of our recommendations is hold out as long as possible before you introduce them to a new mate. Because you just don't know if that the new relationship is going to last.
Right.
And, we don't know. And children have a way of getting close and attached.
Yes, that's it.
They get attached. They get attached to people.
Quick. Yeah, sure.
And now their heart is towards the new person.
Right.
And you're moved on to 3 other people. So I think it's best just don't introduce that child to many different people and so not so quickly. Don't do it, because it's going to be that child's heart they're looking for that. They're looking for a dad. They're looking for a mom. So, and if you introduce them to 2 other people, they're confused now.
And if they go with someone that's going to show them some love and take them out to the park and buy them ice cream and stuff like that, they're going to get attached to that person real quick. They're going to get attached. And then the next thing you say, well, where is old Mr. Potato Head? Or, he wasn't no count, or she wasn't no count. No, then
I liked him.
Then here go that baby.
Me. That was my friend. Why'd you get rid of him?
Right. Then the next person come along, don't want to buy them no ice cream and don't ask them to buy them. Then they're a whole different ball game there. Mm-hmm. So you can really ruin children. You can really ruin a child by getting involved with too many people too quick. Right. So if you're just gonna have to, if you have to, try to ask God to help you to kind of maintain before you just jump out into a new relationship, because it can be detrimental, especially when children are involved. It can really be detrimental. So watch your new relationship before you jump into something else. Try and do all you can to hold on to what you got.
Yes.
It's gonna be rough with what you got, and guess what?
It's gonna be rough
when you get somebody else. It's gonna be rough. Don't you think you're gonna get Mr. Right or Miss Right and think everything gonna be smooth? Both of you gonna be 100. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. That don't happen. That's not reality.
Right. You got to work on that and build that relationship too.
Right. And you starting from ground up. You started from ground zero,
right?
You started from the ground going up. You were already up ways up with the other one.
It feels fun, and you feel light meeting somebody new.
Yes,
it's exciting. Oh, you know, oh my God, he looked at me, and he said this, or he did that, or he brought me this. It's exciting, but you're having to build. Don't get lost in the giggles, not getting the information, because dating basically means data. You're collecting data. And if you're not collecting data, what are you doing sitting there at the dinner table with that person? You need to, not just for giggles, just for chuckles. Mm-hmm. No, you need to be collecting data. How does he act when he's mad? How does he act when he's towards people that are less important or less significant? How does he treat the waitress? How does he treat his mama. His mama, really big time.
His daddy,
his sister, his job.
Right.
How does he treat other things, other people around? Mm-hmm. Those are signs. If you're seeing that he's being hateful and mean, and I ain't giving him nothing, I ain't doing nothing. Well, a few more years that I ain't giving him nothing. It's gonna be.
Just could be you. So now you head over heel.
Right. You in love. Your heart is strung in and with them. And now, you saw him dogging out somebody that, a mom or a sister or a waitress or somebody that's less. Really watch how people treat people that are, they don't have to be nice to.
Right.
And those are clues. Those are clues. Watch how they tip. How generous are they?
Right.
If they're stingy, I ain't give no. Give me that quarter over there. That's they're really harboring and got. Chances are when it comes to your needs, when it gets to that point, relationship gets to that, it could really be a challenge. It can be. It can be a challenge. So we've heard so many stories. 42 years of experience. And one day we'll get a chance. We'll just tell the tip of the iceberg. You want to do that? We'll tell the tip of the iceberg because we said it we advertised it. So we'll share some of the story. So, with us, we had been married about 11 years. Mm-hmm. We had been in an 11 years spot and of marriage. And we were both young. I was still 20. I was at that point 27 years old and just start. My whole, like I said, you change every so often in life, like every 7 years, they say, every 5 years, you change, your desires change, your taste changes. You want different things in life and just start getting, wanting, I took a trip. So it's just, things that happen in your life, things happen, you look back, you start saying, what was the proximate cause? I remember taking a trip to San Francisco and seeing flight attendants. I said, I can do that job. I can do that. I visioned myself doing it. And at that time I was like really, really overweight and had to go back, and I went back and I lost over 90 pounds. Didn't I, man?
Sure did.
I lost over 90 pounds. Yeah. I had it in my mind, made up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. That's I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to become this flight attendant. And that was like the beginning start of it. Me wanting to do something different, and I had people talking to me, all along and trying to encourage me, not to do it. And sometimes when you're trying to encourage people not to do something, you're pushing them further to do it. You really are.
They're gonna do it. That's
It really does. It really does. So it just was like, I'm like, okay, I'm I want to do this. My mind was pretty much made up. And, I always thought, had I went to the military, like I had wanted to do was see somebody discourage you. You don't want to do the military. You don't want to. But anyway, now all my friends that went in the military, they're like getting the double checks. Because they're out. They did their 20 years. I'm like, God. Man, who you listen to when you're young, it really matters.
Makes a difference.
It really makes a difference. So that's kind of how it kind of got started. And lost that weight, got that weight off, went and applied. And of course, they hired me. Of course, they hired me. And I'm like, wow. I remember asking my job to have, I wanted to have some time off so that I could do the training. Because it was like an 8-week training that I had to be out of town. And I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. I'm like, let me just ask them for a leave of absence so I can go back just in case it doesn't work out. Not knowing that on Halloween, they laid off 52 people. I'm like, wow. He said, you're the only one that's happy because you were wanting to get out of here anyway. I said, yes. So anyway, so I went on and took that training and things, and I learned and passed and things, and then just the wildlife that I never had, because I was always a protected child, always a stayed home type child, where, your parents, both parents were pastors and in the church, and we were at church all the time, and which was good, let your children grow up in church and things. But I think, you need to let them go. I remember the Sadie Hawkins dance at school. No, you don't need to go to no Sadie Hawkins dance. No. Oh, you sitting at home crying, all your friends got to go and things, I remember just little things, little events and things. But sometimes you're trying to be a parent that is so strict in boundaries, and are you sheltering them so much that when they get that window of opportunity, they're gonna run out that cage like a wild stallion, Sure and that's what happens, when you keep something boxed up so long, they're just looking out the window, just waiting for that moment of that opportunity. So sure enough, we I became the flight attendant, lost all the weight. Of course, the attention came, like, oh, wow, what? Didn't know about this attention. I'm pretty, what? And, people there, just tell you half truth, half lies, and just to get what they're wanting. And the devil gets in things, and just, and so your desires start changing, and you get people around you that are supporting your ideas. You get friends around you that are supporting your ideas and things. And then sometimes when you're going out there too far, then they say, no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. No, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't do that. Now you're way out there in it. And you're just going to take a God to help to restore it, to help you. You want to share some of your part, babe?
Yeah. I mean, that's just something we just, in the midst of us, her going out flight attendant, I'm like, how's that going to work for us having a family? Well, we had a son at that time, and we're like, how that's going to work? You being a flight attendant, and he needs you, and I need you. When a person make up their mind to do something, it doesn't matter who says what to them.
Yeah.
They have made their mind up to do it, and they're going to do it come hell or high water. They just going to do it. They don't care who it hurt.
Right.
They going to do it. And that's sort of what happened, she was determined to do that, and she did that. And it led to us getting a divorce. A crazy one, but it led to us getting the day of our divorce, she came. Well, she had to moved into her mom, move over with her mom's house, and I was still staying in our house. We was purchasing a house. She came by the house, picked me up in the van, and we went to the courthouse together, riding together, talking all the way. We were talking and crying and going all the way. Went in there to get a divorce and got a divorce. And we talking about, the judge said, you all have
irreconcilable
differences. We have irreconcilable differences. Yeah, we do. So we got the divorce there. We got back in the van together.
Mm.
We went back home. She dropped me off, and she went on her merry way.
Had to fly. Had a flight.
That she had to go catch. But even like we were divorced 1 year.
1 year.
September, we got a divorce. September 19th, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
1 year later, September, I believe the 19th of the next year,
yes,
we remarried.
Yes.
Just crazy stuff. I mean, but all the time we were divorced. I don't know. It looked like we saw each other more.
We did a lot.
We were divorced, but it everybody don't have that story to tell.
Right.
Everybody don't have that type of story to tell that things worked out for them and they came together and it's been 30 years, 25, 30 years since that, so everybody may not have that story to tell. So, I don't want to say that you will try to go that way for that to happen, but I want to say to you to hold on to what you got.
That's right.
You stick and stay. You stick and stay. Don't go out and play, but you stick and stay. You stick and stay.
You saying scat cat. Someone is saying here kitty kitty, here kitty kitty. So that's right. Stick and stay.
Stick and stay.
Stick and stay.
Stick and stay. You're better off. You'll find out you're better off than you trying to think everything the grass is green on the other side. Wow. It's really not. Right. It's really not. And you're going to find that out once you get over there.
That's right.
You think she all this, that, and the other want to be lovey-dovey with you. She didn't want you for real. Or he don't want you for no. They just want what they can get from you. And then,
and that's right.
Then you'll mess around there and come to that door one day and knock on that door and somebody else open the door.
Like, may I help you? I'm like, who are you? Like, I'm Mrs. So-and-so. What?
So you got to be careful out there. Stick and stay, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to what you got.
Yes.
Hold on to what you got. It's not easy. It's not always easy, but it can be rougher after you get a divorce, especially when children are involved.
Yes.
It can be even rough. And I'm sure there's some of you all out there have some stories to tell about divorcing with your children and having your children. So I know you have some stories to tell. Yes. But we want to encourage you. Yes, you can recover after a divorce. Yes, you can. But you don't have to do the divorce.
Yes.
It don't have to happen. If you can help it, stick and stay. If you can help it at all costs, try to do all you can. Go get help. Go talk to somebody.
Yes.
Go get help. Don't be so hard-hearted that I don't want to talk to nobody.
Hard-headed. Don't
let help
your heart and your pride prevent you from
talk to somebody.
Yeah, from getting back with your mate or getting to know someone closer. Don't let that hardness of heart and that that meanness that is now grew up in you. Yeah. Because it's just a root. It was a root. It was small. It was a seed. Now it's grown up to be a full-grown angry person. Yeah. And we don't want that.
And that's something that
you work on that.
It can really happen. We were just blessed either way, all the way around. We sent our son while we were divorced. We sent him down south with my sister. Yes. So thank God for my sister. But I think the most important thing here that God blessed our son. He's a preacher now and everything, and God has blessed him, and he didn't really get off track. Well, maybe not too far off track. He could have been further off track than he did, but I think he didn't really get off track because God helped him. Right. And now today he's Dr. Eric Swanigan in church, married, got a son, and he's doing very well. He and his wife working at FAMU. So we were blessed. We were blessed. It could have went a different way.
Sure could have.
Our son could have went a different way, but God helped him. Yeah, he could have been angry, bitter with both of us. Right. Not want to have nothing to do with y'all. Send me away, y'all. That could have happened. Yes. But we thank God for the loving relationship that we have, and I'm sure everybody don't have that story.
Right.
Everybody can't tell that story because I'm sure there's some kids that don't want to have nothing to do with neither one of their parents.
Right.
Because they blaming them for the situation. So stick and stay.
Yes. And don't let pride. Yeah, that's right. Don't let pride.
That's right.
Make you lose your what you have. Don't let pride, because you're so prideful that you got to make your point. You got to be right. You got to prove your point that you're not allowing another opportunity for you to reconnect.
Right.
So just know that pride is not your friend.
Right.
Pride, holding on to that hardness and that heart, that's not your friend. That's not in your best it's not in your best interest to get.
So hang on to what you got.
That's it.
Hold on to her. Hold on to him. What the song said? Baby, hold on to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a special
that's
kind.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It don't get no better than where you are. Hang in there. Keep on doing what you're doing. Work at it. Work. It's work.
Yes.
It's work.
It's work.
But it's worth it.
And you got basically what you're doing is kind of like raising each other to be what fits for you best. You know, you're having to kind of train each other how, you know, what I like. This
and
is
the
what
likes
I
and
like.
dislikes of each other.
Yeah, likes and dislikes. So in that, it takes art, it takes smart, it takes prayer, and it takes work. Lots of work to get that person to be able to shift and to change, so that you are not basically telling them what to do, which rubs them the wrong way, gets them angry, pushes them off. They don't want. Then you got to start all over. And so that's a pain. That's a problem. So we want to be able to share some more with you on this topic. We'll probably go 1 or 2 more weeks, depending on some of our responses that we get.
Yeah.
We want to let you know that, hey, you can do all right. God will deal with you when you're on the other side of that divorce. God will work with your heart. He'll help you. He'll help you through it. You know, life does go on. Life does go on. Yes. He still loves you. Right. He still loves you. And you know, everybody doesn't get back together. That's not realistic for everyone. No. But for some people, you don't want to become that mean, bitter person with walls all around you, but not allowing the real you to shine and show forth. Yes. God has great things for you.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are how time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
We are glad that you all joined us on tonight. We appreciate you all. And on next Monday, join us again. Join us again on next Monday, and we will have more of a discussion on this matter.
Yes.
God bless you all. Have a good night.
See you have a good night. All right. Thank you.